I really should be doing lesson plans for tomorrow. It's 6 o'clock. I feel like crap. What better way to start an evening than with a video response? A young lady had some things to say about logic versus experience, and I'm pretty glad I stuck around till the end of the video where she called out dialectic. Alright, so what can I say about all this? First off, allow me to express my surprise that so many people have come out of the woodwork on this topic, that this has been such a volatile issue. Let me also say that debating with phantasmagoricals is completely different than debating with Christians or atheists. And 3, I think I'm going to win this one. I'm not so sure about the other 2. Here's where I'm coming from. The young lady here would like you to believe that you have 2 choices. You have experience and you have logic. You can experience the world or you can think about the world. And then at the end of her video, she talks about how Aristotle goes on about how dialectic, such as Socrates and Plato's take of the world, is not the only path to truth, like they believed, that in fact science has to be a part of that as well. Well, she hit them all, didn't she? Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. They're my boys. You keep my boys out of this. They're not backing you up. Listen, Aristotle said that the scientific method is to be placed alongside dialectic, not personal experience. Not personal experience. When you guys have a psychedelic experience, you are not applying the scientific method. The reason science works is because it knows that it's affirming the consequent, and it takes every possible step to counteract that. A personal, subjective, psychedelic experience does none of that. So you leave Aristotle out of this. Second of all, I'm not saying that dialogue is the only means to truth. I'm telling you it's the only means to a spiritual experience. Because if spirituality is to be had, it is going to escape science. It is going to be in a realm where science cannot measure. Okay? It's going to be beyond the physical world. What do we have left? Aristotle talks about God, but he wasn't using scientific evidence to back up his claims. My boys! Mine! Here's how it works. If you want to say that a psychedelic experience gives you meaning, and a lot of you guys have said this now, what you have to realize is that the meaning comes from your expectations. Alright? This happens in any situation. When you have an experience, you make it a meaningful experience. Otherwise, you just forget it. You don't want to forget these. You want to talk about them. You want to share them. You want to make these kinds of videos and say, you just need to experience this. You just need to toke up. You just got to have it. You just got to see it, man. But for any of these experiences to make any sense to you, you have to bring something in addition to that pure experience. It has no meaning without your logic. But if you use logic without knowing it's logic, you can make it very self-serving. You can affirm the consequent. You can say, look, the lights were going crazy, the walls were melting, I saw my best friend be eaten by the couch, and I ran screaming out of the room. Or something much more pleasant, like I saw lots of pretty lights and my third eye opened and I felt as though I was traveling through the astral plane. Whatever the case may be, you cannot take that and equate it with science.